Good morning and God bless. I hope y'all are doing well. This is so weird because we just got this and we got it again. This isn't boosted, by the way, that I know of. This is really, really dope. If you don't know, we got one from research last video. And then, well, look at what we got here. We got another one. This is really sick. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting to get two of them in the same day in like less than an hour. That's insane. I just uploaded the video, bro. How crazy is that? I just uploaded the video and we just got a second shiny Magikarp. Is it? We're gonna check. There's no way I got a second shiny Magikarp. That's insane. Increased. Okay, so it's increased chances for XXS and XXL. That is so weird to me. I was not expecting to get that shiny. So there's just wild encounters. They're not boosted. Wow. They weren't. I just got two full odd shinies in the span of like an hour. That is insane. Thank God bless. That is crazy. Well, what I want to talk about in this video is the Gigantamax of Machamp. Now, if y'all don't know, this is going to be from May 25th, 2025, and it's going to go from 2 to 5 p.m. Now, what's going to be good about this, the Machamp in specific, is that normally Machamp takes 400 candies to do. So, like, that's not that much, but that's low-key a lot, if you feel me. As in, like, because the 400 max particles, sometimes it's not that easy to solo them. So, this is not going to be as easy to get. However, if you do this, then you'll be able to get, like, a better Machamp. Does that make sense? Because, obviously, Machamp's better than the Gigantamax Machamp. Does that make sense? Anyways, the reason that this event's going to be so awesome is because this is going to be the first time where we're going to get the remote raids for max battles. So how this works is obviously you need the max particle candies, but then on top of that, you use a remote raid pass. So this is really dope, I'm not gonna lie. So this is gonna start March 13th for shadow raids, and then March 19th for the Dynamax raids. So when Machamp has its own day, which is going to be the 25th, that's going to be 6 days after we get the access to remote raids for Dynamax. So this is super, super dope. I love the fact that they're doing this. That's why I wanted to make this video today, because we have Machamp, which is super dope. It's going to be coming to Pokemon Go, but we're going to be able to remote it. So we're going to go over this Machamp day, so you'll be fully prepared on what's going on. And I'll just kind of explain to you how you can get remote raids, because it's pretty easy. I have an app for it. So we have event bonuses. We have max particle collection is going to be increased to 1,600. Now, if you guys don't know, this is already going to be increased to 1,500. So it's only going to be a 100 increase. But what's going to be good about this, the fact it's going to be up another one, is that these raids take 800 max particles each time. So you'll be able to do 2 raids in storage, if that makes sense. And then all power spots will host Gigantamax battles. Power spots will refresh more frequently. 8 times X max particles from power spots, 2 additional special trades, as well as adding more max particle bonuses. So, me personally, what I like to do with these events is I would normally just stock up on a bunch of Dynamax raids and then do like the baby Dynamax raids whenever I could, just simply because like you can't normally have 1,600 max particles, so that's what I would do. However, what's cool about this is that, you know, now that we're getting increased to 1,500 max particles, there's no need to try and just stock up all the time, because you just have a high storage anyways. And then max mushrooms. So the max mushrooms is an item that temporarily amplifies the max attacks, moves, and stuff like that, which you'll probably get from an event ticket. But they are kind of expensive, but I would say they're kind of worth it. So it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to use them or not. I hear some people say they're really good. Some people say it's all right. So the event ticket, by the way, is you'll be able to get the max particle increase to 5,600, 2 times XP for max battles, 25,000 Stardust, and 1 max mushroom. So these event tickets are usually like $5 for these Dynamax raids. Do I think they're worth it? I mean, if you like Dynamax raids, then go for it. Me personally, I'm just going to remote raid 1 or 2 of them. I'll try and get like 2 of my best people on my friends list and ask them for it. So it'll be that. Then time research, we'll get just normal stuff. So time complete the time research to encounter a Dynamax Pokemon with a strong counter for the battles against Gigantamax Machamp. These tasks will also award candy and max particles. And honestly, by the way, Machamp, I don't know like the best counters possible. I'll put text on here on what the actual best are. But I know personally a fighting type, his weakness is also fighting. So what you want to do is typically Machamp, to be honest, because Machamp is a fighting type as well, which you can just use one of these, and these are the best counters for it. So the counter and cross stripe, cross chop. But if there's any other better ones, I'll put it there for you guys, just to let you know. But since I know personally, like Mega Lucario Day, there would be times where I'd use Lucario or Machamp. So for this instance, since it is a fighting type, I'm going to use a fighting type as well. But again, I'll put it there if there's something different. And then if you keep looking, we have not much else because we talked about a lot of stuff that's coming soon. If you guys don't know, the Crown Clash is coming very, very soon. Today's the 7th by the time I'm uploading this, maybe the 8th. So in 2 days, we're getting a huge event where we're going to get a lot of boosted shinies. So we have May 10th from 10 a.m. to May 18th to 8 p.m. So basically the big things is the Gigantamax, which is going to be a new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go. Shiny boosts like Slowpoke, Combee, and Litleo. So really cool Pokemon that you're going to be able to get from the wild. As well as Nidoking and Nidoqueen. It's going to be stage 2 evolutions, so when you catch them, you'll get extra Stardust. But on top of that, you're not only going to have a costume, so you guys can see at the top corner of those two, they'll be there. But on top of that, those are also boosted shinies as well, which is really, really cool. Then on top of that, obviously the event bonuses is like 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. So what I like to do is when I need a lot of XP, I'll catch so many Pokemon that I have a lot of candies of. And then what I'll do is I'll pop a lucky egg. And then every single time you evolve a Pokemon, it's 1,000 XP normally. So a lucky egg is 2. And then for this, since it's going to be 2 times for evolving, it's now going to be 4 with the lucky egg. So if you use the 30 minutes, evolve 100... No, that's a lot. Evolve 30 Pokemon, that's 120,000 XP. Just for evolving 30 Pokemon. If you use a lucky egg. So it's actually a really good time to do this because it's one of the most free ways to get a lot of XP. That's what I simply like to do. So big recommendation for you if you're trying to get a bunch of XP to try and level up in Pokemon Go. And also, by the way, benefits of powering up a Pokemon, like leveling up, is the fact that you get a lot of rewards when you level up. On top of that, I'm pretty sure you can power up your Pokemon more the higher level you are, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then, of course, Gigantamax is going to have a Pokemon Go debut, but Gigantamax is a 2-time evolution, meaning it has a stage 1 and then stage 2. And the thing with this Pokemon in specific is you have to defeat 15 Dark-type or Steel-type Pokemon in raid battles, which is funny because when we got this recent update for the Final Strike, when we got news about it, it said you could do you could do max battles and normal battles, but unfortunately, when it looks like for this Gigantamax Pokemon in specific, you're going to have to actually do 15 raids. So I think this is a little unfortunate simply because this is going to make a Pokemon really hard to evolve. I say hard, but realistically, it would take you 2 weeks if you did it for free and you did 1-star Pokemon. Remote raids will count for it, as it seems, because it doesn't say it won't. I think it's interesting, I'm not going to lie, that they don't say you can do Dynamaxes. I can see why, though, because the only Steel-type Pokemon that you can do in Dynamax raids is Beldum. And as you guys know, there isn't any Dark-type Pokemon in Dynamax raids yet. So there wouldn't be a way really to do that easily. But 15 raids it costs a lot. It's like $15, I believe, because that's 100 coins per, so... In battle, of course. If you did remote raids, it'd be like $20-something. So this is a cool Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go. I highly recommend you guys go for it. As well as just make sure you're prepared for this event. Remember, this is an 8-day event. So it's nothing to rush over. But it's something that you should definitely look into. With simple of the fact that, you know, you should want to do this. It's simply because if you want like a new Pokemon for your Pokedex. I will show you the Pokemon that are going to be in the wild. Or sorry, in the 1-star raid. So Sneasel, Clink, and Pawniard. So all these 3 Pokemon are Pokemon that you're going to need to catch in order to evolve this Pokemon. Obviously, you don't have to do those raids in specific, but those are just, they give you options to do 1-star raids so you can evolve the Pokemon easier, if that makes sense. Even though it's a little difficult because it's 15 raids. But I hope you know what I'm trying to say. They're providing something. As well as the Nidoking and Nidoqueen, the stuff that's going to spawn in the wild, the boosted shinies for the crowns, those are also going to be in 3-star raids. So I don't see anything for 5-star raids at the moment. It could be just right in front of my face, but at the moment, it seems like Pokemon Go is really focused on Shadow raids. So, like, during the weekend, we get, like, Shadow Registeel or Regirock, etc. And the Dynamax Max Mondays and stuff like that. So, it really looks like they're not really pointing more towards 5-star raids at the moment. It seems like they're focusing a lot on the Dynamax raids, as well as just kind of, like, in the wild type of stuff, which is totally fine. So, that's why I can't really give you info on what's going to be in raids for 5-star raids, because I really don't have a clue. Technically, what I would do is, like, I'd go to, like, Go Raid Party. Where is it? Like, Go Raid Party. This is what I would use personally. And not only is it cool because, like, it tells you, like, what 5-star Pokemon are here and such, but you can choose a boss and stuff like that. This is not sponsored at all. But like here, like Mega Houndooms and then Tapu Fini. Now, Tapu Fini is a water type, so I'd use like grass or electric. So since we're going to just go over Tapu Fini. So grass types, my specific thing would be Kartana. I don't have Kartana, but I know a lot of other people do. But there's other Pokemon you could use, including Rillaboom, Venusaur, Mega Venusaur in specific, Mega Sceptile. But electric types would probably be easier because you'll be able to get a lot more out of it. Or me personally, since I don't have that many electric types. So there's stuff like Electivire, Shadow Electivire in specific. It's going to be pretty good. I had to look up how to spell electric. Xurkitree is a really, really good Ultra Beast to use, so I'd huge recommendation would do that. Shadow Magnezone is very, very good. Highly recommend using it. Shadow Electivire, of course. I just have that. Shadow Raikou isn't that bad either. Highly recommend using Shadow Pokemon over normal Pokemon if you have them, of course. Like, if you don't have the Shadow Pokemon, obviously just use the normal one. Zekrom's actually not that bad either, so not that bad to use, but I have a lot of Xurkitrees, and even Electros isn't that bad either, but top 3 row, maybe even the Raikou, that'd be my biggest recommendation. So hopefully this kind of helps you out. So Tapu Fini's in the 5 stars. We gave you counters to that. And I told you about the event coming soon where you get the 2 crowns, Nidoqueen and Nidoking, both are going to be shiny boosted, as well as the new Pokemon's going to be debuted that you want to be prepared for, and you want to make sure you do a bunch of raids so you'll be able to evolve the Pokemon and put it in your Pokédex. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. If y'all like Pokemon cards, check out my shop in the description. I'll see y'all in the next one.